Hey guys, it's Tara from Raw Food Livin'. This is my friend Ashley.
Hi.
And today we want to talk about this whole cooked versus raw vegan thing, why there's this common misconception that one has to be better than the other, and why there's so much judgment when people switch and when people decide to eat cooked or raw
Or to just give up the label entirely in general.
Exactly. So that's what we're talking about in this video. Ashley and I both have gone through transitions with our diets and lifestyles. We're both vegan for ethical reasons, right? That's what is most important to us.
Yeah.
And you guys know that I ate cooked food this past summer when I was in Mexico on the Sea Shepherd ship, and the odd time I still include cooked food in my diet because when I go back to the ship, which I will definitely do at some point in time, I don't want to have a crazy, terrible reaction and get sick. I've done that before. It's not a lot of fun. So I have let go of having to be 100% raw all the time so that I can have that opportunity and still do something that is really important to me, something that I love, and not give that up just because I want to eat raw. So that's my personal choice. And you've also gone through a transition with your diet as well. What's happened with you?
Yeah, I have, pothole. I have been incorporating some cooked food into my diet the past year, mostly from sitting with it. I feel like it's a decision based on just wanting more grounding.
Okay.
And then it's I don't even know why. It's just listening to my body, and that's all that I need to know. Really, I don't have to explain and figure out
or justify it. Yeah.
Why am I eating some cooked food? I was almost 100% raw all the time for 4 years.
Yeah.
And so it's a bit of a switch. Yeah, and that's been my main goal, is not attaching to labels anymore, because I personally got dogmatic with it, and there was times where my body was calling for something, or I just wanted to.
Yes.
And I didn't listen to myself,
Yeah.
because I had these rules in my head, which I've really shifted to look at things now as tools, not rules. I love that.
Ooh,
That's
I like
one of my
that. Tools,
mantras.
not rules. Okay.
That's been super helpful.
So using the idea of a raw lifestyle as a tool, as opposed to making it an absolute thing where you have to do
Yeah.
100%.
It just feels better.
And I think in the YouTube community, especially with people who make videos, there's this expectation that if you start out eating a certain way, you have to remain that way. And God forbid you change your diet if you do. It's like you meet the firing squad, seriously. I just know that people have changed their diets recently, and they have been put under so much criticism because they're trying something different. And we were saying earlier about how a lot of the criticism comes from people who aren't even living up to the standard that they hold other people to, especially YouTubers. It's great if people want to eat 100% raw. Personally, that's what I feel my best on. But why do we need this judgment to judge everyone else if they don't do exactly the same thing? When, I don't know, to me it just seems like the most important thing is that people are respecting animals and sentient life. And that, I feel like that's a better focus.
Well, and I feel good. That feels good to me, that
Yes.
being my goal.
Yeah.
As opposed to being this made up, I need to be 100% raw.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes, exactly.
And you know what? I do feel like you do, Tara. I do feel my best when I'm 100% raw, but it doesn't always last forever. I'll feel my best when I'm 100% raw, but then there's times where I have been 100% raw and not felt my best.
Yeah, yep.
And I'm totally loving this cycles thing that I'm going through. I learned so much. If I had just forced myself to live in this label,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have learned as much about my body that I have. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go back to cook food and I'll learn like, oh, this, it's not like, okay, before, if I was eating something like rice, or if I wasn't eating rice, it would be because it's not raw.
Yes.
But now it's, I don't eat rice because it doesn't digest well in my body.
It doesn't feel
so
good. Yes.
by letting myself eat it, I'm learning the reasons why.
Exactly.
And not just following, like, I read a book and it told me to eat this way, so I'm doing it. And yes, I feel great.
Yeah,
But now I'm learning all the reasons why I feel great.
Yes, which is really important, I think, to learn more about your body and to learn how to listen to your body and not just follow other people's advice just because you respect them and admire them and want to, live up to the standard that they've set for you. So this is really what it comes down to, is listening to your body, or learning to listen to your body and finding what feels good for you. For example, today I brought some crystallized ginger with us on our hike, and I've been in love with eating ginger since I was on the Sea Shepherd ship, and it's not 100% raw, but I feel
It's
really
not?
good. I know. Oh God. I know, right? It's so crazy. It's like, I feel good eating it. It makes me feel good. So what's the problem, right? I mean, it's not harming anybody. It's not harming myself. And most of the time, I'd say 98% of the time, I'm eating raw, other than little things like that. So it's, I just think it would do us all some good if we could try to come from a place of understanding why people are experimenting and why people might not be 100% perfect. Because when we put the pressure on them to be 100% perfect, we're not seeing their authentic self. Because a lot of the times, I can say from someone, like being someone who makes YouTube videos, you want to please people, and when you get a whole lot of judgment, people saying really nasty things to you, when you switch things up or change the slightest thing, then you don't share your authentic self because you're afraid of being judged by everybody. So I feel like we could just all benefit from being a little bit more compassionate towards one another, and also understanding that nobody is perfect. No one's perfect. People watching the videos aren't perfect. The people making the videos aren't perfect. Even if you kind of want to put people up on a pedestal, it's easy to do and believe that they have this ideal lifestyle, but they're just humans, like you and I, Just normal people trying to do the best they can and figure out what feels best for their bodies.
And like, even who's to say what is perfect? Like,
yes.
Maybe what's perfect is that for 6 months out of the year you're 100% raw, and 6 months out of the year you eat a little bit of cooked food.
Exactly.
Maybe that is your perfect.
Yes, exactly.
It's find your own version of what works for you.
Yeah.
And also be open to the idea that you might not have one way of eating that works for you 100% of the time, all the time.
Yes.
And
being flexible.
And being flexible with yourself, being kind with yourself.
Yes.
So maybe the people that are, blasting out at others, maybe they're not comfortable with their diet choices.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something inside there that they need to, take a look at.
Because it's easy to judge others when you're not quite happy with yourself, for sure.
And I've fallen into that. I've definitely
me too.
Been there too. So
yeah, we're not judging the people who are judging. That's not what we're saying.
No.
We're not saying it's wrong to question why people are doing things, especially when you put out your life publicly on YouTube. It's always good to question what people are doing and try to gain an understanding, if they are changing their diet, of why they're doing that. And because it helps other people gain clarity of maybe learning to experiment themselves and finding out why it's sometimes good to experiment and listen to your body. So I think that's the message for today.
Right on.
That's what we have to say to you guys. Just always be open and flexible and try new things. And if something works for someone else, doesn't work for you, that's totally okay.
Yep.
We don't all have to be the same. We don't all have to be perfect. And we're all just really doing the best we can. Okay, so that's the message for today. If you guys want to see more videos on these kind of topics, give this video a thumbs up. Like and share and subscribe.
Gabby's trying to give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, okay.
She approves.
She approves. And I'll have videos coming for you guys every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's going to be my regular schedule. Try to upload them during the day. Sometimes it'll be in the evening. Either way, we will catch you guys next time. And let us know down in the comments below what you thought of this video and this topic of conversation. See ya.
Bye.